Welcome back to Shem's Universe. So today, guys, we're going to go over what you should focus on based on your life path. A lot of people don't really seem to understand that, like, this whole numerology thing is not there to be like some sort of, here's your horoscope, what's your future going to hold. It's so you can actually grab your future and move it. So the idea is that your life path number is the contract you chose. You want to come back here for that experience. So your higher self is your life path number. So understanding that, excuse me, guys, sorry. Understanding that, though, what you have to focus on primarily is, what does my number symbolize? Meaning, if you're a life path 1, what does that symbolize? If you're an 11, what does that symbolize? If you're 13 over 4, what does that actually symbolize? What does it mean? When you understand what it means, you then have to implement it in an everyday basis so that you actually can use this knowledge to your advantage. So I'm going to go through each number today, and it's going to be very, very simple. A lot of these answers you guys get today are going to sound very, almost not in depth, but they're very simplistic. And if you were just to focus on this one thing, if you have this life path, you will achieve immediate success. So that's the thing. It's your choice whether or not you want to listen to this advice or not. Some of you guys may find some of this offensive. It is what it is. If you're a life path number 1, let's start off with that. If you're a 1, the only real thing you need to actually focus on, I'll be frank with you, you don't need a reading from me. You don't need a transit report. You don't need a Chinese astrology report. You don't need a Vedic report. You don't need anything. All you need is this. If you're a life path 1, what are you going to be the best in? That's it. What are you going to be the best in? You got to figure out, where am I going to shine? Do I have work to do? Am I going to be the best fighter in the world, soccer player in the world, writer in the world? If I'm an entrepreneur, am I going to be the best in my market? Let's say you do e-commerce. Are you going to be the next Fashion Nova or Shein? What are you going to do? You're a 1. You're here to be number 1 at something, so figure that out. Number 2, if you're in life path 2, you need to focus on harmonization between yourself and others. Your only singular focus needs to be that. How well are my social skills? Are they inept, or am I actually utilizing them? From there, you actually achieve your life path technically. If you're an 11, you should be focusing on influence. That's it. Where can I cause the most influence? Where do I have my magnetism? Where can I move? That's it. Again, these answers today, guys, are going to be very simplistic because it's that obvious that you guys literally are overcomplicating a very simple matter. Number 3, what do I need to do to get recognition for my skills? That's all you need to be focusing on. What skill set do you have that's marketable? And then where are you going to market it? And how are you going to make money from it? I just gave you the roadmap. I don't care what type of 3 you are. That's the roadmap to your success. I'll say it again. Figure out what your skill set is. Find out a way to market it. And then use that thing to make money. It's just as simple as that, guys. Next one is number 4. Number 4, I'm going to divide into 3 different categories. Number 4, if you're a 4, what will make you feel the most stable? Meaning, what is it going to be? A corporate situation? Is it going to be an entrepreneurial situation? Is it going to be an illegal situation? I'm going to be raw here. What's going to give you the stability in your life financially? That's all you should be focusing on. 13, avoid being lazy at every single thing you do. Meaning, if you have to get up at a certain time, get up at that time. Don't screw around. Don't miss a day of work for a year. Work out in a very strict regimen. You should be out working your competition and even your own team every single day. As a 13, you have a karmic debt of being lazy. All you have to kill, karmic debt numbers are different. Instead of focusing on what you need to attain, you need to focus on what you need to kill. If you have a 13 as a life path number, kill all aspects of laziness and you have solved your life path number karmic debt problem, and you will achieve immediate success. Number 22, what do I want to build in this lifetime? From a life path 22, do I want to build my mind? If so, how? My body? If so, how? A corporation? If so, how? My reputation? If so, how? You got to figure out what exactly it is you want to shine in. But moreover than that, what are you building? because what you're building is an expression of you. As a 22, you have the most powerful life path on the Western side. When we look at it from Western numerology, life path 22 is the most powerful when it comes to manifesting. So if you have that, you need to be using the law of action as I've discussed in other videos. But more importantly, you need to understand fully, what do I need to build? That's it. Number 6, where can I create harmonization? Now for 6s, you guys are probably looking at me like, what the heck are you talking about? 6 is the god and governor over harmony. This is why 6 makes such eloquent music. That's why 6 are some of the best artists in the world. 6 are some best chefs in the world, best real estate tycoons, and even sometimes the best investors. If you're a 6, you have a prerogative to harmonize things so it becomes like family. You're a family number, but it doesn't mean physical, like, oh, I'm going to spend all day with my family. It's not like that. You harmonize things that make them operate in a way that's like that. Whether that be if you're a executive manager at a company, you bring people together. Whether you're somebody who could put musical notes together and cause harmony, which is a song. Whether you're somebody who can brings people's cells back together by being a doctor, causing harmony there. Where are you going to bring forth harmony in this lifetime? That's it. Number 33. Who do you want to teach? As a 33, you got to start off as the ultimate practitioner and student. But then you're doing it with the final prerogative of teaching. Are you going to teach your community, your children, your parents, relatives, close associates, staff, the world? Who are you actually going to teach? When you can answer that, you've solved your life path immediately. Life path 7. What do I want to master? That's all you need to ask yourself as a 7. What exactly do I need to master to actually not necessarily be the best, but to find completion in that subject? As a 7, you're meant to intellectually stimulate yourself. A lot of 7s will do that by drinking and doing drugs, then getting into depression. Don't be a loser. Don't be like that. What you have to do as a 7 is say, what exactly do I need to master? You got guys like Jordan Belfort, who's a 7, mastered selling. You got Bruce Lee, a 7, mastered what? Martial arts, philosophy. So you got to look at it from a perspective of what exactly are you going to master. It could be something in the mental space, something in the emotional space, spiritual, or you're going to be somebody who's going to master something physical. You could be a scientist, you could be an artist, a construction worker, a philosopher, Figure out exactly what it is that you want to master, go all in on that, dissect it down to every single bit of it, and you'll find success there. Before I move on to the 8, missed a few. 14 over 5, and I'm going to get to 16 over 7 as well, and 19 over 1. Starting off, since we're already talking about the 7, 16 over 7, it's pretty much the same. Once you figure out something to master, that's a 16. Where do I draw my ego from? You need to find the root of your ego and cut it off and realize that your ego is causing you illusion, which is hindering you and causing you failure in life. 14. How do I control my need for vices and sexual indulgences? Life Path 14's out there. Doesn't matter. You're watching this from your own screen. Doesn't matter. Understand you guys have some sort of addiction. Almost every 5 I've met has an addiction, 1 or 2 or many. That being said, you guys have to figure out a way to destroy those addictions and you'll immediately have success. The 13 was destroying laziness. You guys have to destroy addictions. 19 over 1. Sorry about you guys. I hope you guys stayed till the end because I am covering this. 19 over 1. What exactly do I view as authority and why do I obey it? 19s are very interesting because they can be in different situations to me. I've seen 19s that literally, like, it seems like they actually are good people, but they have like an abusive parent, or 19s that go in a corporate situation, get fired for nothing, no matter what they do. They just get mistreated by their, I guess, people that are senior to them in the corporation and the structure. People higher up the food chain. As a 19, understand that you went through certain karmic penalties now because of what you've did in a prior life, and probably what's happening to you is what you did to somebody else. You got to identify what authority is and what type of authority you want to have in the world. The number one by itself, I'll reiterate it, is what do you need to focus on to be the best? Meaning, what do you want to be the best at? The 19 is very different. It's where do you want authority? Very important question. Once you can find that, the rest is history. Moving on now, number 8. 8 should be pretty obvious for you guys. This is going to cause the most beef for sure. You should be focusing on your money. And I know you guys are going to say, Shem, you said karma. You said we're in a time where monetary payments, transactions, are what sort of signifies karma anyways. And I'm not saying everybody that has a lot of money has good karma. That's definitely not true. But what I am saying is if you don't focus on money, this life is going to kill you. If you don't focus on money, you're going to die. Because people that are 8s have to be ruthless like their planet, as I've said in other videos. You got to focus on the money so that you actually can be nice to your family, nice to your spouse, the people you care about. You actually can take care of people. You guys are meant to be leaders and innovators, people that take care of other people around you because you're the money number. So if you're not focusing on money, you're focusing on foolishness. Make sure you're focusing on that money, get your bag up, and everything else will go good from there, guys. It's really as simple as that. Focus on the money and focus on attaining the money morally. Because if you do it immorally, you might build it up fast because the 8 will give you the fast results anyway, but it'll get stripped all away from you in a very short period of time. Next is last, number 9. What would I view as completion? Now, as a 9, this one's interesting. You have to find a purpose that's beyond money and that's beyond the ego. It's the highest vibration, single-digit number. What is completion this lifetime? What would you view as completion? Is it traveling? Is it mastering something? Is it making a bunch of money? Is it being a leader? Is it being a monk? Is it dissecting a religion? What's completion to you in your life? What would make you complete with yourself once you've accomplished it? 9 is the most adaptive number, so you guys can go into all different types of fields and dominate. It's a hidden command number. So as a 9, figure out what would lead me to that feeling of completion, that feeling of settlement, resolution. Once you can identify that, you've identified every issue you've had, you've overcome it, and you will achieve immediate success. All right, so that concludes the video for today, guys. If you have any questions for me whatsoever, just please leave in the comments section. Aside from that, like, subscribe. All the music for today, guys. Peace.